mandate pasados slave camps. Pero yo vi quien mató a Olga, María, Adriana, Isabel, Angélica, la Lupita, la Chayito, la Claudia, la Verónica, la Anabel y las demás mujeres sin nombre. A los que les aplicaste los crímenes son inocentes. Al pobre, al humilde los haces pagar. Calientes de papis y mamis fufurufas, puesto que han matado abogados para oscurecer la verdad. En la oscuridad mis rayos los miraron. Thousands of women have been killed and murdered and raped in Chihuahua, Chihuahua, right? And nobody's doing that, anything about it. They haven't found the guilty person, and the struggle continues there to bring justice to the families of these women. Not too long ago, probably like 5 years ago, we had one of the mothers of one of the disappeared women come and speak at Sac State, and she said that it was a shame that they couldn't get no justice. She said if our girls were animals like dogs, the U.S. and other animal rights activists will be all over here. But since they're women, nobody's doing anything. So, you know, it really brings to mind how messed up the society is when it comes to bringing justice to women. And that's one of the things that we wanted to do with this poetry night. This next poem is called Palestina or Palestine. And I wrote it in Spanish, but I don't know where I left the Spanish, and I only have the English translation now. But one of the things that I was doing when I was a Sac State student doing my BA and my master's, I was really involved with MSA, the Muslim Student Association, and with the Studies for Justice in Palestine. And we organized, you know, Chicanos and Muslims together side by side, because they were going through some of the things that we haven't been through since 1846, or we can bring it all the way back to 1519, right, in North America. There it goes. The poem is called Palestine Nite, talking about Palestine, about Palestine being a woman. So here it is. Your face is your people's history. It has suffered, it has cried, but remains beautiful. Your hands are your people's destiny. They're strong and energetic. Your feet are your people's revolutionary movement. They're tireless and always, always moving forward. Your heart is your people's ideology, and it disseminates it throughout your being. Your soul is your people's rebel spirit. It loves, feels, cries, sings, fights, and screams for the freedom of your existence. Gracias.
This is what I call my retro Chicana Poetry Nite. This is back in the day. I'm going to start off with what I call my breakfast piece. It's called Bagel. My grandfather shakes his head, not wanting any part of this bagel, of this petrified donut. He reminds us pan dulce and tortillas was what his ancestors ate and what he will only chew. The bagel has changed our way of life. Huevos con tortillas have become sliced bagels with cream cheese. What has happened to the mantequilla and the real California cheese? The croissant is hardly noticed anymore. Wheat, raisin, and onion bagels have their own section. My grandfather shakes his head, telling us that many generations of campesinos de nuestra gente had nourished on tortillas, the gift of our corn mothers. He says the pinche 90s have turned our gente into politicians with cellular phones, have turned our staple food into 99-cent trash, and our tortillas into bagels, which people believe will make you into a marathon runner. The bagel is on top now, the undisputed breakfast champion. Toasted, grilled, or just plain, the complex carbohydrates make it a good source of the food pyramid. Again, grandfather shakes his head. Pinches cabrones in the food pyramid. The Aztecs and the Mayans had pyramids. Como la chingada is food pyramid? You see, the pinche bagel has created many problems. That is why pan dulce and tortillas is my chewing type of coffee.
And no, I'm not happy with the black and brown Barbies with their black and brown hair, their black and brown eyes, because they still do not have thick, full lips, thick hips, and the short, stubby, wide nose. Esas Barbies no tienes caderas, the caderas that pinch the inner thigh when you walk, that pull the denim sleeves back to show the white stitch, like white giant teeth. And those Barbies' chichis are too big. They're not real chichis that slope softly. Maybe one more than the other, maybe one more to the side than the other. breasts that feed the hunger and appetizing eyes. Instead, these Barbie's chichis are pointy, like cannons, or raspado paper cones, or erect bottles. Like chichis in a bottle, baby. Ven a sacarme de aquí. Pues no pastel. I want a Barbie with lonjas. Rolls, llantitas, love handles. You know the bulge that comes up when you sit down? Don't.
Still walking. Slowly walking on streets, not found on maps, on trails, not known by guides. I am all alone on the land I walk, surrounded, but nothing. My heart keeps beating louder and louder, still walking. Hate has burned a gaping hole. I can hear the sound of ripping flesh. And as the lasting flame goes out, peace is in the air. I am lost beneath the light, lost within the darkness. I am lost in a world of my own that scares me to death. I am lost in a crowd, starting to lose my breath, still walking. My emotions aren't here, but I can hear them, escaping my pain that is making me insane. And the end of the end is just around the bend. I can almost feel them setting me free, still walking. Fought out all of these troubles, I'll keep my head held high in the skies, that no one can take the light out of my eyes.
Ellos me advirtieron, hijita, no te vayas, pero yo tercamente me propuse venir y conquistar un mundo que parecía excitante. Hoy la nostalgia me invade, recuerdo con tristeza mi tierra y sus olores, los campos de café, las cañas, los mangos y aguacates. ¿Regresaré algún día? ¿Cómo poder saberlo? Mientras eso sucede, seguiré con mi lucha de aprender a vivir en este suelo extraño. Aprenderé el idioma, probaré sus costumbres y quizás algún día esta tierra tan rara podré llamarla mía.
But today I wrote up, like, I don't know what you would call it, like a rant, I guess. And I wrote it like about like the machismo from my household in LA. So it's kind of angry, just pointing up there. Okay. Okay. It's called Querido Papi. For every time you told me calladita se ve más bonita. Por cada vez que me dijiste que nunca me podría ir a la universidad y nunca podría explorar el mundo. For every time you told me to be normal, to dress more like a lady, to close my legs, my mouth, and my body. Por cada vez que me dijiste que soy una gorda con lonjas así de grande. For every time you humiliated my mom frente de your family because she burned your fucking tortilla while you were sitting your ass down with a beer in hand. For every time nos dijiste que nos daras una chingada porque no ponimos su cerveza en el hielo. Por esa vez, that time that you demanded me to refrain from hanging out with my brother porque es un maricón. Pues ¿sabes qué? Yo soy una jota también. Fuck you.
Yeah.
You walk into the living room all high and proud of your negative, destructing machismo power and your disgustingly fake disposition. Vas a rezar a Dios como si nunca has quebrado un plato. Where were you when Stephanie was the only fourth grader to get her poem published? ¿A dónde estabas cuando Andy estaba aceptado a UCLA? Where were you cuando mi pinche padrino estaba tocando mis lonjas chicanas privadas con sus pinche manos sucias? ¿A dónde estabas when I needed mi papi to hold me, to beat that pinche perverted padrino after he molested my pure, sweet aura? Why the fuck did I feel like it was my fault? And if I told you, no hacerías nada porque nunca me has tomado seriamente. Where were you to wipe my tears, to help sedate nerves and revive my feeling through this numb state? ¿A dónde estabas, papi? You were too busy playing baseball or finding any excuse to be away from us. When you were home, estabas escondido en tu cuartito, ignoring every motherfucking struggle and fight you initiated. You were too selfish to ever genuinely ask, oh, mijita, ¿cómo le fue hoy? Every now and then you might say, la quiero mucho, mi pecosita, mi borreguita, mi reina, la cosita más linda que tengo. Fuck you! Fuck you for assuming we would be friends after ignoring us. Y jamás me llamarás la cosita más linda que tienes, porque no soy tuya. Claramente, you don't know me. If you seriously thought that I would listen to you that day when you said, Sarita, nada más puedes ir a la escuela y a casa con Andy porque es gay. Who the fuck are you? You seriously told me to not hang out with my brother / best friend? He's been more of a parent to me que tú jamás serás. Did you think I was gonna catch joteria like it was a disease? Well, estabas correcto, because I'm a juicy jota. Are you gonna tell me that tus pinches, so what are you gonna do? Are you gonna tell that to your pinches amigos? O nada más les que era una prom queen y que iba a ir a Harvard undergrad. Nada más les quieres decir eso, ¿verdad? Nada más es cosas buenas. O cuando gente te habla de Stephanie, what are you gonna say? Do you even take time to listen to your kid? ¿Sabes qué quiere escribir y bailar? O cuando te preguntan de Andy, ¿tú todavía crees que estás estudiando ciencias en UCLA? Because that's a lie now, so you need to get to know your kid. Pero sí, de eso que eres muy orgulloso, ¿verdad? Que
Okay, so we're going to throw a few things out there. First of all, I'd like to thank everybody for showing up, for supporting us. Thank you so much. We're watching Soul Collective for letting us use their venue. It's a great place. Awesome. Okay, we'd like to also thank everybody that performed tonight. We'd like to thank the bakeries that donated all the panduces, so woo!
and Chicha, I guess you're making this house.
Yes. But we couldn't have done any of this, none of this would have been put together if it wasn't for our professor, Xico Gonzales. So I can't speak for everyone when I say that we've learned a lot, and we really did accomplish a lot by doing this. We really hope that you guys all keep in mind the things that we threw out today, like all the ideals, all of the things that we thought were important and everybody spoke about. So, the whole point of tonight was for Chicana empowerment, so remember the women in your lives.
Bye.
In the city, pretty is as pretty does. She sang a pretty song and caught a pretty buzz. And I still worry about her cause as pretty as she was, behind that pretty ass smile, she was pretty fucked up. See, her mom had pretty eyes and her dad was pretty wise, but they used to beat the shit out of each other sometimes. And she told me how it used to make her feel pretty scared, and how her mom tripped the day she cut off all her pretty hair and she got into heroin, and they were pretty unaware that she was even there, so pretty much nobody cares. Except the patrons at the cafe where she sings her pretty songs, and she's so ugly, but all the pretty people sing along. And it's funny, you can make something so right out something so wrong, but then again, I guess guess that's only what you base pretty on. Sometimes I hear a pretty song and it'll make me reminisce. She used to sing sometimes pretty okay. This is as pretty as it gets. Thank you.